There you go.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Oh my goodness. Welcome to Lifewave Land, where things are very, very exciting. And we just got off the call with Meredith Burkich on with Jim Gilliland and got some great information on the business side of it. Next week, David's going to be the guest, and the week after that, there's a panel of doctors. So Jim is doing a great service for all of us. And last week, he filled up all the lines. So this week he had it also on YouTube. So there's plenty of room for everybody. And please share. And if you need that information, it's in the newsletter. So this evening, I'm going to turn it over to you, honey. Well, let me just briefly say for those of you that have never been with us, this is our Monday evening community call where we get together as a Live Younger community and we share all kinds of things. So sometimes we do some training, some recognition, corporate updates, live younger updates. There's a lot going on out there in the world right now. And that's why I'm going to turn it over to Gregory because he's got his fingers on the pulse of so much.
And it's true. And I'm also recognizing we just got off an hour, 50-minute long call. So we're going to intentionally keep this call short. Thank you, those of you that are here with us live or on the replay. It was a fabulous call with Jim and Meredith. And that'll be up for replay probably in a few days because they're all being screened for compliance purposes. But I'm just going to move ahead to see what else we have to talk about here on tonight's call. And I think the sales tools need to be discussed because LifeWave has outdone themselves. We might have had a delay in the launch of X20, but I don't think the marketing team has been sleeping because when you look at the magnitude and the quality of the resources that they have made available to us, and you can go into your back office, you go to the resources section, select product education tools, and there's a new section there for X20. And I think you're going to be delighted. You're going to be delighted. And we're working with our web designers to put together a simple way that you can see the tools all in one place, but they're beautiful. And I encourage some of you when you're done making your business calls tonight or in the morning over that first cup of coffee before you start making your calls, check it out because you're going to be really delighted again with the quality and the magnitude of training that they made available. And Robin, you were the first one to see it because you managed to get a sneak peek before it got released to the field. What do you want to say about it?
I did. And well, you just said, give yourself a little time. Well, the other night I gave myself a lot of time and I was looking and looking and I went, Gregory, you got to see this. You got to see this. And he was ready for bed. But I was totally delighted. The 1 minute video, if you haven't seen it, we played it the other day. It's extraordinary. And keep it, the instruction I want to give to everyone because there is so much. As brand partners, I invite everyone to go to the testimonial suite. And Meredith and Jim talked about that tonight. One of the biggest concerns is the benefits are so amazing. We just got to rein people in a little bit. But if you follow the guidelines in the testimonial suite, it'll be really easy to share your
Mhm.
story. And Meredith gave some great tips about what David says. When you get the water and it's dispensed, you drink it. You don't sip it and hang it around all day. You just sip it, you just drink it because that's where you're going to get the greatest benefits from that. And so the tools are amazing. There's a lot of them. I invite you to keep it really simple and pick a few favorite ones that you're going to share with people. And again, keep it simple. You're not going to send the studies to everyone because they don't need them, but some people want them. And so remember, ask people how much information they want because we do have a plethora. Back to you, honey.
Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is the double momentum double match. And this is very exciting for our launch bonuses where you can earn up to $450 as a new brand partner. Help 450 and it can be up to 900. So if you click here in your newsletter or in the company newsletter, it'll take you, well, this is where it will take you. What's new and what it means to you Thank you, Janine, our regional vice president, our regional president, excuse me. And here's all the details on the double match. You can scroll down, see how much you used to earn and how much you can earn now. So they've really doubled it up from 25 to 50 and from 50 to 100. And that goes for the matching bonus for this sponsoring upline. So, significant incentive to help people get started right and get moving right away. So you all need to know about that. And let's look at the date range on this. This is everywhere except Korea for the next 2 weeks. It's a 2 week bonus from April 13th to April 26th, 27th, depending on where in the world and the timeline drops. So it starts today and goes on for 2 weeks. Very exciting. There's another promotion here. Well, the launch, we've already talked about this and that all that information there. And here's the information about the sales tool. But and here's the information about this week's Business Connect with our dear friend and before
Legion
he
Long.
graduated, excuse me,
Legion Long.
Li Jing Long, and he is a superstar, two-star presidential, sharing his experience insights. So mark your calendar on that. I'm just going to flow through this, Robin, since we're on the
You know what?
company.
Before you jump too fast,
Yes,
do you want to share about the commissions at all?
yes, we can come back to that.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the commissions
I
on
think that's a
X2.
really good idea.
Okay,
So
go for it.
okay, just so everybody's clear, the wholesale price for brand partners is $54.95. There's a $1,000 commission to the seller. That
Mhm.
$1,000 commission is going to go into your back office right away. And it wasn't programmed that way, so they're going to manually be doing it for this next pay run. But from here on, when you sell a unit, the commission will be applied when the sale is done. Now, there's 2,000 points that are be apportioned to each X20 unit. And the first week, 0 points will go in, second week 500, and the third week 1,500. And that's really to, spread things out a little bit just in case someone has a return and they don't have to take a whole bunch of money back. But the good news is, you want to share the good news, honey? Everybody got the 2,000 points for the first week and they're going to keep it that way. So, yay! And David's actually going to spice it up a little bit for the next week and add some more points. So it's, God bless you, David. And I know we've been through some rough times in the last short while, but the future is very, very bright. So keep the faith because
Mhm.
things are really, really blossoming beautifully for all of us. And Meredith said it really
Beautiful.
well. LifeWave is the best MLM opportunity in the whole direct sales world. Back to you.
Okay, so what's next on here? Dallas Boot Camp. I hope to see some of you there, but I'm going to go actually back to our newsletter because, and here we have the information about Canada. And this, for those of us who don't live in Canada, you didn't get this, but all the Canadians did. They're running a special in Canada for the next 2 weeks, starting today, where they're getting an extra bonus, and those bonus numbers look like something we're familiar with, don't they? Very similar to how much people in the rest of the world get as a PIB bonus, but in Canada, we can't call it that. A horse is a horse, of course, but not in Canada, okay? But so this is exciting. So, we have that running for the next 2 weeks. Very exciting. And you can click here for your Canadian bonuses. Uh, Weekly updates. I wanted to jump ahead to this. I am so excited I can barely stand it because at 5:30 Wednesday morning, I'm on a plane to Los Angeles. Now I'm going to spend about 3 hours in Salt Lake on the way, but I'm going to be there for the Code of Creation premier event, which starts at 5:20 and at the Chinese Theater, and followed by an exclusive LifeWave after party at the Beverly Hilton. Meredith, Janine, and film producer Mickey Willis will be there, and yours truly and many other leaders I know are going to be there. I think Connie and Barry are going to be there, and I think Michael Jaco is going to be there, and others. So I'm sure I know Beame's going to be there, and many leaders. And I just want to shout out to Beame. If it wasn't for Beame, we wouldn't have a Code of Creation movie or documentary because she introduced Mickey Willis to David Schmidt, and the rest, as they say, is history. So a special shout out to Beamy and thank you, thank you, thank you. If whether or not you're going, you can click here and watch the trailer. Now, so it is someone else's YouTube channel. I don't know where they got it, but we're sharing it. So, but it's really well done. And so after I'm in Hollywood for the Code of Creation. I jump a plane to Dallas, and there I am for boot camp on Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be a busy week, a lot of airplane miles for me, and it means Robin's going to have to take my place babysitting our new puppy. But I think that's all we needed to talk about, Robin, because this was such a long call. Most of the people on this call were on the last one. And I don't know
Yeah, and
about
I
you,
do
but
want
I'm
to,
hungry.
you're hungry. So I do want to make a comment on the order form. We're making a tweak on the business one because it has a place for the monthly subscription for the brand partners, but it doesn't have one for the customer. So that will be added and it'll be updated really soon. We're working
Okay,
on it.
great.
Yeah, good to know.
Okay, so here's the outline for the week. Tuesday, Power of the Patch Showcase. I didn't know who the speakers were, Robin, so I just published it anyway. Do you know
Okay,
who they are tomorrow?
I'd have to look it up.
It doesn't matter right now.
Okay.
TBD. So new member webinar. Oh, I think that was last week, wasn't it? I should have taken that off.
Yeah.
Yep. So ignore that. And so that I think brings us to a wrap, unless there's any final things you wanted to share, Robin.
Um, this is just a really, really powerful time, and managing people's expectations, I think, is important because, people have expectations. They want to get their water unit right away and continue to let them know that right now they're manufacturing like crazy and it has to go through customs, and since it's been through customs it should be easy. So the next units are will be heading out probably this week. Please, if people want it, have them put their, go to the store, go to X20 and put their name on the wait list because it will be first come, first serve. And so continue to share, if you do have a water unit, drink it right away and notice what you notice. If you put Celergize in it, you'll notice it even more. But and really kind of take notes of what you are noticing because remember it's our stories that make the difference. And Meredith was talking about how clear and sharp she felt, and
Hmm.
that's, there's a lot of cognitive benefits that are amazing. So um, do manage people's expectations, saying this was 7 years in development, the demand was pent up and it was greater than the supply, but they didn't want to wait any longer. So just let people know it's just a short period of time. And Meredith did mention we don't know how long this demand's going to last, but once they start developing inventory in the warehouse, then they're going to open it up to customers. And she said maybe 60, 90 days. Hard to tell. We don't know. We just don't know. We've never done this before. So just keep people connected, share the resources with them, keep the excitement going. You know, uh, I actually was talking to a friend that I hadn't talked to in a very long time. And, I said, our company just came out with a new technology yesterday. It's light infused water. And she goes, I want it. I said, it's $5,400, 54.95. She goes, I want it. It could be that easy, is what I'm telling you.
That's right.
Okay. And
That's
and
right.
someone in the chat did ask earlier on Jim's call about, what would the monthly payments be? The monthly payments are going to be, depend on whether you choose 3, 6, 12 or 24 months. And also, there is a sliding scale of interest rates. So we can't really give a payment, but it depends on your credit and it depends on the length of the loan. So that will vary person to person. That's all.
Okay, and I noticed, thank you, Anne. I noticed that Anne Moreau and Dr. Jeff are our two health practitioners going to be joining us for the Powered Patch tomorrow. Thank you, Anne. Sorry we didn't get it in the newsletter, but I'll see you tomorrow night.
Great.
Okay, folks. Well, that's a wrap. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.